Welcome back. The Afya Foundation works to deliver supplies, medical supplies, and recover some supplies. We're looking, and they're joining us now to share more about their efforts toward COVID-19. We have the CEO, Danielle Boutin. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much.
So you're recovering. Are you getting a lot of response? Because this is a time of camaraderie. People have to come together, like when we covered 9/11. People came together and they brought you coffee and they brought you socks if it was cold, or a raincoat. And people are really coming together to help others get what they need out of life. Is that what's happening now?
This is a enormous crisis in healthcare. And so what Afya is doing is we are focusing on the protection of the healthcare workers who we have worked with for over a decade. And the response has been extraordinary. We have folks donating PPE, protective equipment and products from all over the country.
PPE, of course, that's personal protective equipment. What are some of the other things that you're looking for? Respirators, anything?
We are not, it's an interesting piece. We have connections with people who have innovative solutions around ventilators that we are connecting our partners to, but hospitals are doing an extraordinary job at sourcing and trying to find as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in the fire right now in terms of what they need and how responsive they can be.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you're getting people. Who are you reaching out to? Are you reaching out to stores or ordinary people, companies?
So Afya has an amazing network of support. And what we are doing is we are getting the word out to our entire network of the supplies people can pack. We just started this program where people can pack up a box of supplies from home, everything from masks or gloves or wipes that would be helpful for us to then move it. What we're doing is we are sourcing supplies for hospitals, for federally qualified health centers, and for community agencies. No one has enough of the supplies they need to protect the staff delivering care.
Yeah. Why is there such a shortage at this time? I mean, we're the greatest nation in the world.
Well, so much of this product, so much of the N95 mask production comes from China. And China is recovering from its own devastation with COVID-19. And so the production of product has been slowed worldwide because that country was so horribly hit. And now everyone is ordering, but there is a lag in getting the product in that is being ordered. And it's not that hospitals aren't doing everything in their capacity and power to do right by this. People are at a standstill in many ways for being able to access the volume of product that they need. And it began with just China being devastated by this disease.
Yes. Yeah, and this is a worldwide pandemic. That's why they call it a pandemic. But hopefully things will open up very, very soon where you can get all the product that you need.
The governor is doing an extraordinary job at trying to help move that and make that possible. He is healthcare's advocate, and he is doing everything imaginable. I mean, what Afya is doing now is we have product in our warehouse. Every day we are sending shipments out. So we have helped Harlem United, a federally qualified health center in New York City. We have helped Hudson River Health in Northern Westchester, community agencies, Bellevue New York, NYU in Brooklyn. We have helped multiple sites with the product that we currently have in our warehouse.
And this is important. We're happy to have you there with this organization. How long have you been working this organization?
For 11 years. I started it 11 years ago, never thinking that we would be responding the way we have been asked to in our own backyard.
Yeah, and you did it in response to something that took place in our community, or?
I worked in healthcare. I've worked in healthcare for 30 years. I'm an occupational therapist and did a lot of teaching and working in aging. And I went on a vacation to Tanzania. And there, while I was in the Serengeti, a woman was crying in a tent. And I met her and said, "What's happening?" And she said, "I'm a physician from London. I can't do anything here. There are no supplies in any of the clinics where I'm treating."
Yeah.
And I thought, this is an interesting call to action. I'm going to do something about this. Named the work Afya because that's the word for health in the key Swahili language. Came home and asked hospitals in New York if, instead of throwing away, because regulations are intense here around product, would you donate to me? And they all said yes. And we have rescued over 10 million pounds of supplies that would have been diverted to landfill or incineration, and have gotten them all over the world to Grant Wishes in the Caribbean and in Africa. And now we are turning our sights back on the staff that have helped us to be possible. And we feel it deeply. Like, this is as close to home as it's going to get. Every single day, I am getting 20 to 80 emails from practitioners and their family members asking for protective equipment. So it is cracking us in half, and we are moving as fast as we can.
Wow, man, we thank you so much. Wow. So, what do you do around these times? Because you can't work in the office, you're working from home, but you can still
We
get the.
are an essential service. So because we are providing product and we are responding to calls for emergency support, we are open. So Afya is operating, and we have to operate.
Thank you so much for all that you do. We really appreciate you, and thank you for the whole team. You want to give a shout out to some of the people on the front line working with you?
We have an amazing volunteer manager, Mary Grace, and our warehouse guys are fantastic. And David and Erica and Millie and Jesse and Felicia and Caroline they're killing it. And there isn't a moment that is going on here where people aren't involved. And our board is so involved right now with helping us to make as much possible. So it takes a village. It takes a village to protect those who are helping us. And I think the two ways that people can help is Afya is starting a campaign now where, for a donation of $6, people can help us buy 2 masks.
Yeah.
And if people don't have supplies that they can send to us, we need people to mobilize. And we are activating that between today and tomorrow. The more masks we can purchase, the more we can get them out. It is not easy to secure N95 masks. And we are hoping to be able to get as much as we possibly can. We also need people to pull together boxes of anything they have at home, from wipes to masks to gloves, that we could then hand off to the healthcare workers who are protecting us. So if they don't have these supplies, people can send $6 for 2 masks. They have changed the protection of someone. There were pictures yesterday in the New York Post of healthcare workers wearing garbage bags for protection. And that's just, we have to do something. We have to do something to help those who are protecting us.
Where can they send them? Is there a website? Or
yes, AfyaFoundation.org.
Thank you.
All the info is right there.
You are saving lives. To you and your crew, God bless you. May God continue to shine a light on you guys. Thank you for all that you do. Danielle Boutin, founder and CEO of Afya Foundation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't thank you enough. We have an attitude of gratitude. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We've got more coming up next on Open.